Hello everyone, PDF here with a fast, cheap, but most importantly, easy to build flower farm for Bedrock Minecraft Edition that'll get you thousands of dyes for all your color needs. How many dyes, you may ask? Well, here in my creative test world, you can see I ran a few tests running this machine, and these were the results. That 15 minutes was more than enough to get any amount of flowers I could really use, with a couple caveats we'll go over here shortly. Now for those caveats. Number 1, this farm is for Bedrock Edition, and unfortunately does not work in Java Edition. You see, in Bedrock Edition we can bone meal 1 tile flowers, which they can't do in Java, which I personally would love if they could do, so hopefully it'll get added at some point. The way many Bedrock Edition flower farms work is by bone mealing the 1 tile flowers, so yeah, kind of a needed thing. Number 2, this farm will work with all single tile flowers except wither roses. They kind of have their own special requirements about how to get them, so it doesn't work here. And caveat number 3, this farm does not work to get the nether fungus. To get that, you'll have to watch till the end of the video where I'm going to show you not 1, but 2 bonus farms, including how to get those fungi. How's that for a deal? And with all that out of the way, you're going to need a 5x5 area for this. Start off, I'm going to take 2 of our chests, and we're going to come back here. Oh, before we get too far, here's the materials you're going to need. I'll try and put a description down below anyways, but in case you want to pause and take a screenshot. These items down here are going to be optional, and I'll explain those when we get to that point. We are going to take 2 of our hoppers, and you know what, we'll take our glass, we'll take the rail, our minecarts, and blocks, why not, and the grass. I'm going to come over to our chest and go boop, boop. Now we're going to take our glass, and you just kind of want to build around it. So don't need these corner ones. Those are optional. You can leave them if you want. I take them away. I'm going to put rail down. And then we're going to not break the rail cart. There we go. And then I'm going to reverse that because it seemed like it was pointing this way. And we're going to break the rail, hopefully. There we go. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take this one here. We're going to replace that with grass. That's going to be very important. Because now, 2 grass blocks over that. And our initial setup is done, at least for this part. It's all the item collection out of the way. And we'll put our pieces back. I'm doing this in creative just because it makes it easier for me to fly around. Totally 100% buildable in survival. I've done it a few times now testing. That there, but we're going to come over here and we're going to grab our dispenser, our observers, both of these, sticky piston, and those. So now we are going to take and put a temporary block right there. Get rid of you. And I forgot to grab our dispenser. No, it was up in my inventory. Right, so we're going to take our dispenser, come back over here. Go all the way around because I'm terrible at that. And pop our dispenser right there. Oop, get rid of that. Go back to our observers because we need to have one looking down, actually. Butt's going to be on here, looking down, so when he goes, it powers that. We're going to take our sticky piston, put it there, extend, take a temporary block, right there. Dig down 2. Gonna be the easiest way. I'm gonna look up and put another dispenser there. Observer. That's an observer, not a dispenser. I know words. Rid of the temporary block. And now this is kind of a little clock almost. You'll see when I flip that switch, the 2 observers see each other, and they see each other seeing each other. And then they see each other seeing each other seeing each other, and so on and so on and so on. Which this one keeps going, powers that. And that's going to be bone mealing the flower we put there. Next, we're going to come over here and we're going to go 1, 2. Because we want to put another block. My mouse will cooperate. Cooperate. Again, I know words. Right there. We can get rid of that. Come back down. Now we're going to jump back up. And we are going to take those same blocks and we're going to go boop, 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 and boop. Get rid of those. Those are just temporaries. Now, we've got that little bit there. We're going to take our regular pistons, and we're just going to have them facing down. is the easiest way I know of to do it. Climb back up, and we can get rid of those on top. And we're going to need solid blocks, or, I mean, glass does work, but I like solid blocks. Let's see here. So, there we go. Make my way back up. I know I could fly. I keep forgetting. I'm going to put a block there, block here, and 2 more right there. Make our way back down, because I keep forgetting them in, what's the word? Creative. Yeah, words are hard some days. I'm going to go boop, 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 and boop. Now, we're going to take our other lever and put that right here. Flip it on. Those 2 will come down. Very important. And then, looking at them, we're going to place some glass around them. That's just to prevent anything from flying out. Can be glass, can be solid blocks, anything. I like the glass so I can see. Now, what we did here is make another sort of little clock. As you can see, pistons go push. That sees them go push. It goes because it's scared. And loops and loops and loops till we go like this. And then it can't fart anymore. And believe it or not, we're done. That is the standard flower farm. Now, we'll talk about some of these extra bits before we get to the bonus stuff. This is just for scaffolding if I had felt like using it, but I totally forgot, so yeah, it doesn't matter. Pistons. You can actually, instead of using 2, we can make this into 4. It works, you know, a bit more efficiently, get you, I mean, noticeably amount more flowers. So yeah, very easy, just add 2 more hoppers. Actually, and we'll just, we'll show you here. We're gonna need 2 of these, 2 of these. I need you, back up there, and grab those. 2 more. Turn this into 4. We're going to break those. Add 2 more. Put in some glass that I totally forgot to grab. Very easy to add them. Break rail. Glass. Rail. Minecart. Break. You got the corners, because, you know, why not? Remember that I can actually fly for a change. Those off. Get rid of those. And I'll grab this just to make my life a little easier. I'm just going to put 2 more pistons back here. And now we've upgraded it to 4 grass blocks. Make sure everything's covered, just to keep any flowers from falling out. And what we'll do a little test. Take 1 stack of bone meal, and let's pick a flower. Eeny, meeny, miny, this one. Yep, sure. Blue orchid, why not? Toss our 1 stack of bone meal in there. Turn this on. Turn this on. Make sure everything's working. And be right back. Okay. 1 stack of bone meal later, we got ourselves 2 and 5. 2 stacks and 5. Doesn't sound like much, but believe me, when you ramp this up to this being full, you're going to get more than you could ever need. Now, you may have noticed we also had an extra hopper and 2 extra chests in here. Now, this part is totally optional. You can stick a hopper on there and double chest up there to feed your dispenser. Totally optional. It makes it easier, makes you run out less. But just this being full on its own, you know, it's kind of a good timer. You let that run out, and then you'll see this gets, you know, a pretty good amount. Now, is this the most efficient flower farm out there? No. Not by any stretch. Now, I don't know about you, though, but I don't think I'm going to need like 50,000 or more dyes like some of those industrial-sized farms will get you. So this would be more than enough for a single player or even a small server's needs, much like mine rockin', which, hey, that happens to be another series I'm in. Certainly worth checking out. Also a great time to go hit that like button if you're enjoying the video so far, and maybe even subscribe to see more. I did promise you a couple of bonus farms, didn't I? Well, let's get to it. Alright, so bonus farm number 1 goes along with that other farm that we just built. This is going to be a 2 tall flower farm. And I mean, very basic, not a lot of materials needed, and pretty much kind of industry standard for these kinds of things. So let's take a look at what you're going to need. You'll need these materials right here. And again, I'll try and have a listing in the description as bonus farm number 1. If not, go ahead and give it a quick pause, jot them down, whatever it is you gotta do, take a picture, paint one, hey, whatever works. So we're gonna need a 3x3 area. First, we're gonna break those two, and we're gonna stick our chest right there. Hopper into the back. Swap those around because we don't need either of those anymore. Mud block on top of the hopper. And the reason I use mud, you can plant flowers on it, but also, it's not a full block. So anything that goes on top of it, the hopper can pull straight through. Handy little thing to know. Flower's going to be here. Now we're going to put our dispenser right there. I'm going to go like this and put a couple of walls in. I'm going to use these temporarily because I like to use trapdoors on the front here. Makes it easier to get in there and change the flower. Let's close those up. And I will even put one on top just to keep anything from jumping out the top there. We're going to come back here and make like we did before with the other farm. We're going to take a couple observers. Have one looking down with its butt facing that. Let's see, where's a good spot? You know, I'll put it on this side just to be different. Sticky piston. Lever. Temporary block. Make sure I'm not flying. Another observer. Look up here. See? That's all there is to it. Get rid of the temporary block. And that's all there is to it to this one. The only thing I'm going to do is, because I always forget, move the lever to the front so I can actually, get to it. Then we'll do the same thing. We'll take some bone meal, put that in the dispenser. Grab one of our 2 tall flowers. Nope, this one, I'll grab a sunflower just because they're pretty. And yeah, we don't want to do that. There we go. Remember, folks, I'm a professional. Professional what? We're not sure, but a professional nonetheless. And, as you can see, sunflowers galore. Go right on through into our chest here. I'm not going to do the whole, stack of bone meal, because you saw the gist of it. We can open this up, go like this, change the flower. Well, hey, lilac, what do you know? Boop. Now we're getting lilacs. Very quick, very easy, very cheap. Alright, bonus farm number 1 complete. Now, the real treat, in my opinion, is bonus farm number 2. I mentioned at the start that our flower farm wouldn't work with another fungi, and it won't. However, I came up with a design that does. As you can see, there are a couple of differences between this and our standard flower farm. The chest is located on this side, moved it over from being straight under there to the side here. This is only a 5x5 footprint, whereas the flower farm with 4, it's a 5x6. If you only do the 2 grass, it's a 5x5 as well. And as you can see, the dispenser is moved forward a block. It's not down. It's not back one here. We don't have the grass there. This is pointing right into our 4 Nylium. That's really the only difference. I changed the orientation of the chest, but again, that's not a big deal. Don't even need it. Give you a rough demonstration here. Take our bone meal, pop it in. Just as empty as you can see. And, oh, one other quick thing is I left this middle part open underneath. You can come in, change this out for either Nylium if you want. Let's go ahead and give this a quick flick. Be back when that's done and show you what we got. Remember, this is 1 stack of bone meal. Gotta turn that one on too. Alright, remember, 1 stack of bone meal gets you a whole bunch of goodies. We got almost 2 stacks of the crimson roots, a bunch of the crimson fungus, and even a few of the warped, since that can appear on either one. Now you can switch this out for the warped and get similar with the warped roots and then more of the warped fungus instead of the crimson, so vice versa. You could even, if you want, build a separate one for each so you can have 2 different ones going. And you can even put them together. Something like this up here. Ta-da! Yeah, I'm pretty impressed I got that curtain to work, okay? As you can see, I took 2 of our little machines there and combined them. I just took one of them and kind of literally swapped it so it's facing the other direction for, all intents and purposes. And we'll do our usual test. 1 in there, 1 in there, and as you can see with this little bridge here, both controlled and even the pistons by this one lever. Let's give it a flick and be right back. Alrighty, so 1 stack in each. And we got ourselves almost 2 stacks of the roots and a bunch of the red fungus. We got ourselves almost 2 stacks of the roots, a bunch of the warped, and even a couple crimson. I do have to say, I am very happy with how these farms came out. I am most definitely not a redstoner, so hopefully the fact that even I could come up with something like this, maybe some more of you guys will try playing with redstone and see what you can come up with. Want to see more? Check out this video here. See you next time.